England at the World Cup. Why the f*** is an Irishman doing the video? Hello and welcome to HITC Sport, and yes, I know what you're thinking. 1. Why are you talking about the World Cup 3 months in advance? And 2. What business do I have talking about the tournament? Considering my hopes went up in flames after Stephen Ward, Christian Eriksen and... To be honest, I can't really remember after the 6th whiskey. So sure, look, England at the World Cup. I'll pretend that I'm not actively rooting up some Panama family heritage to cling on to as we speak, and I'll pick what I think will be your best squad of 23 for the World Cup. Lads, are you sure you don't want Paul McShane? I'll pay you to take him. Jack Butland. A long time coming for Jack Butland, having made his England debut 6 years ago. The 24-year-old has battled back from injury and several loan spells to possibly stand as England's #1 goalkeeper. Yes, Stoker having a god-awful season, and he could well end up being a championship player by the time this whole thing kicks off, but I have him in there anyway. Jordan Pickford. Jesus, don't this lot actually have a goalie who's in form? Jordan Pickford had a great season for Sunderland last year when he ironically got relegated, rooted to the foot of the division with about 100 goals flying past him. He hasn't been so hot this time out since a £30 million move to Everton. Take him anyway though. I mean, why am I even doing this? Take Rob Green for all I care. Don't take Rob Green, who I just realised is currently still a Premier League goalkeeper. Could have sworn he was in the championship. Fucking hell, that's like finding out there's been someone living in your basement for the last 10 years. I feel so used. Joe Hart. Joe Hart is probably tearing his hair out right now. Careful lad, you'll probably make a fortune in endorsements. If he was playing regularly, I guarantee you he'd be the first choice goalkeeper. He's got the experience, the leadership, the winning mentality. Well, for a club level anyway. Definitely not this season. He's got 75 caps. Butland and Pickford barely have a tenth of that combined. But you can't play someone who hasn't kicked the ball in 6 months. Sorry Joe, 3rd choice goalkeeper, and considering the Pope of Burnley is working miracles, you're lucky to be even getting a spot on the plane. Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is just gonna have the perfect season, isn't he? He just is. Carabao Cup, just ignore the video I made completely denouncing that tournament. The Premier League, and I'm just going to call it the Champions League. Not bad for a man without a medal to his name. One of the quickest players in the entire squad, Walker's going to stroll into this starting 11. Kieran Trippier. I dare any of you to tell me that Kieran Trippier does not deserve a spot on that plane. Well, I have time. I can wait all I'm a YouTuber, I can wait all fucking day. Got nothing else going. Exactly what I thought. There isn't a soul alive who thinks he doesn't deserve a spot on that plane. Except maybe Danny Simpson's mother and those who follow women into public bathrooms. You know who you are. That was just wildly unprofessional. I have just given up on this channel now, haven't I? Lad, I think that happened a long time ago. Trippier's rise to prominence has been outstanding. When he swapped Burnley for White Hart Lane, you wouldn't be blamed for thinking that man had just sentenced himself to a life on the bench. But no, he actually gave Kyle Walker a run for his money last season. And to be honest, he's probably the best crossover ball at Southgate's disposal. He won't be a starter, but find me a better backup fullback in the entire World Cup. Kieran, can I have my 50 quid now? John Stones, another Premier League winner, surely. The mistakes have been caught out by John Stones this season, and he's actually learned to clear the ball this year. Big things are expected of the former Barnsley man. Future Rio Ferdinand? Maybe. Well, you'd better start missing drugs tests and pranking your teammates. Gary Cahill. I would imagine quite a lot of you, even Chelsea fans, are probably moaning at the inclusion of Gary Cahill. Well, who do you want me to pick? Ryan Shawcross? Because he already had his 12 minutes of fun against Sweden. It did not go well. Say what you like about Cahill, the 32-year-old has bags of experience. Chelsea captain with nearly 300 appearances, nearly 60 caps, has won everything in club football. No, you're right, I should pick Alfie Mawson. Harry Maguire. There are a few defenders who could get the nod, but who have I left out? Jamal Lascelles is playing well for Newcastle. There's always Joe Gomez, the Burnley boys. Remember Ben Gibson, 2017's answer to Stephen Taylor, i.e. England prodigy until his hometown club are relegated and we never hear from him again. I'll go for Harry Maguire. When Leicester paid all £80 million for him last summer, I spat out a mouthful of soup. What was even stranger was I wasn't even eating soup. What the f*** came out of my mouth? For the Foxes, Maguire's look cool, calm and composed, everything these videos are not, so I'm gonna pick him. Although if Harry Redknapp was in charge, I'm pretty sure he'd still be trying to call up his teammate Wes Morgan. 30 caps for Jamaica, Harry. Phil Jones. Chris Smalling, here's the bad news. If it was up to me, you'd be sitting at home watching the World Cup with a 6-pack of Carling. Here's the good news. You have no idea who I am. Yes. Oh, my voice is actually going. Yes, Phil Jones might look like a monster pulled straight from a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. Good lord, I hope he didn't pose for his yearbook photo. He'd probably have broken the camera. But he is actually a decent defender. We also forget how young he is. Adam, settle down. He's been playing Premier League football since 2009, so we assume he's about 52, but no, he's actually 26. Take him to the tournament. Danny Rose. I cannot work out Danny Rose. 3 years ago, the Tottenham fullback said this: I'm going to be honest, I don't see myself anywhere near the international squads. It's just how it is. Leighton Baines is quite rightly the first choice, then Ryan Bertrand is doing very well at Southampton, Kieran Gibbs and Luke Shaw are ahead of me too, and I'm a big fan of Aaron Cresswell. Kieran Gibbs and Aaron Cresswell. Jesus Christ, that man sounds like he has the self-esteem of a soggy peanut. So it was all the more strange in August that he seemed to be possessed by the spirit devil of Adebayor when he started making contract demands and threatening to move to Manchester. Anyway, he's probably going to leave Tottenham soon. 5 league appearances this season? Come on. But he is by far and away England's best left back. Aaron Cresswell, for f***'s sake. I'm better than Aaron Cresswell. No, you're not. You're a YouTuber who makes videos in his room and takes baths with mice. Come on now. Ashley Young. A bit awkward to include both Ashley Young and Dele Alli in the same squad, considering the latter told Young to retire earlier this season and get out the Zimmer frame, with his surname becoming more ironic with every passing year. Young is aging like a fine wine though. At 32 years of age, he's gone from unproductive left winger shoved under the staircase to suddenly first choice left back, potentially wrecking the career of what was once the most expensive teenager in Great Britain. Young will be a solid backup. Dele Alli. Dele Alli wasn't a footballer. I'm pretty sure he could have given Tom Daley a great run for his money. Alli is almost certain to get booked for diving in Russia. Please leave the camcorder at home this time, and will probably be one of the first ones to get slaughtered when you inevitably go out on penalties. But there's no denying this man is a top talent. Newcastle had the chance to sign him 3 years ago, and passed. I mean, it is understandable they turned him down. Jack Colback was on the market. Jack Colback. When ginger people watch Kevin De Bruyne play, they must feel proud. Within 5 minutes of watching Jack Colback play, they must stick on about 3 hats. Anyway, love him or hate him, I'm ambivalent. 41 goals for Spurs, 24 for MK Dons, and 22 caps for England by the age of 21. Not bad, especially considering he's already more than Ledley King, Aaron Lennon, and God rest his soul, Sir Bobby Robson. Eric Dyer. Dele Alli rarely goes anywhere without Eric Dyer. He's like his comfort blanket. He's also a lot more than that. One of the only players to emerge from the last tournament with any bit of credit. I don't know why I'm pointing to my wall. One of the only players to emerge from the Euro 2016 with any bit of credit. Eric Dyer provides versatility. I don't know why I was so passionate about that one. He's able to operate anywhere across the back four or as a holding midfielder. His tackling is on point and his passing is pretty great too. Considering the competition for places at Spurs is so high, it speaks volumes that he still gets in the team despite not being a flashy player. No goals this season even. His haircut is boring. One of the only players in the entire squad who have played overseas, having spent 11 years at Sporting Lisbon. Actually, come to think of it, he's one of only 2 players in the entire squad to have ever played for a foreign club. That is just ridiculous. Jack Grealish. No. I can already feel the Aston Villa fans coming for me in the comment section below. Don't worry, Jack, I'm sure you'll find other plans for the summer. Jordan Henderson. Yes, I know many of you will be repeatedly smashing your phones off the ground until I change my answer. Lads, this thing isn't interactive. Jordan Henderson gets a lot of stick. To the point where some people have even convinced themselves they wouldn't even get a run out for the local 5-a-side football team. Nonsense, alright? He has the hardest job in football. Replacing Steven Gerrard for club and country. It's impossible. But the 27-year-old Reds captain is the engine in that midfield. He's played over 250 games for the club and has over 30 caps. Whether he's captain or not is another matter, but he's getting on that plane. Jack Wilshere. By the time the World Cup comes around, Jack Wilshere could be a homeless man. Well, homeless in the sense of being unemployed. I'm pretty sure the man is able to pay rent. Unless he's spunked it all on medical bills and cigarettes over the last few years. Oh, hold on a sec, just getting a text from... Oh, Jack's lawyer.
If you ever say that again, we're going to break your arms.
Wilshere's contract is running down and he hasn't signed a new deal with Arsenal, so he could be out in his arse. He's forced his way back into the team after being exiled to Bournemouth to get his fitness up last season. It's a bit like when a man ruthlessly sends his wife to fat camp and then desperately comes crawling back when she gets herself together. Wilshere is one of England's most creative midfielders, to such an extent where I even see him having a starting role in Gareth Southgate's team. Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard at a World Cup. It's going to happen, isn't it? And here was me thinking the Vuvuzelas were the most annoying thing to happen at the World Cup. I mean, I don't really care either way. I mean, I'll happily take my cup of milk and watch Daryl Horgan and Scott Hogan play against Turkey in a summer Oh, I can't even get through that. Yes, I'm bitter about not being at the World Cup. Honest to God, our defending in that playoff wouldn't have looked out of place in the all-priest 5-a-side over 75 inter-challenge football match. And if you don't get that reference, shame on the lot of you. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Lingard, the man who celebrates every goal like he's having a wild stroke. I'm pretty sure whenever he scores, the pitchside medics are already halfway onto the pitch. Anyway, I'll give it to the man. He's having a stunning season. 13 goals already. He's been excellent for Man United. A fixture in Gareth Southgate's under-21 side. You've got to have him in here, and especially ahead of the likes of Ross Barkley, who is in danger of turning into the next Lee Hendry. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. There may have been a point when Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain first traded Arsenal for Liverpool, where he thought, what have I just done to my career? Don't worry, Alex, that is a thought that passes through my head at least 4 times a day. Especially when I spent one video running through the f***ing snow. I'm lucky I did not catch hypothermia. But yeah, his start at Liverpool was not the best. best. Looking slow, sluggish, and having to wait until a week before Christmas to get his first 90 minutes under his belt. The Ox has done well though, full of energy and bite in midfield, and he even had a starring role in the 4-3 win over Man City. His versatility will come in handy. Not a starter, but it'll be a good option off the bench. So don't you worry, all you pent-up teenagers reaching for the Vaseline and box of tissues. You won't be stuck with just Rebecca Barty for the wag party, alright? Good God, man, will you stop mentioning the wags? But to be fair, if he's smart about it, I know a certain left back at West Brom who might be able to sneak onto the plane if he steals his passport. Fabian Delph. Sorry, Adam Lallana, but you are running out of time. Fabian Delph, take your place in that squad. You know how much I love versatility. Able to play anywhere across the midfield, and apparently a left back. Great utility player to bring. To you, Walcott. This one is going to raise a few eyebrows, and maybe even force some of you to phone the local psychiatrist on my behalf. Well, joke's on you, I already have 4 of them on speed dial. No, but seriously lads, I haven't lost my mind. But I honestly believe Theo Walcott could be a threat at this tournament. Believe it or not, this man has not played a single minute at the World Cup, which seems mental considering he was brought to his first one 12 years ago. At the age of 17. 17 years old and going to a World Cup. When I was 17, I was still practicing how to take a f***ing throw-in properly. Yes, he's consistent. Yes, he'd make you pull your hair out. He's probably half the reason Claude looks like a pensioner when he's really a 37-year-old accountant from East Luton. But Walcott did score 19 goals last season, let's not forget that. And did score 2 on his home debut for Everton. And this was without mentioning the almost half-century of caps he has for his country. That is experience. Admittedly, experience of absolute failure, but still. Oh, is this video done yet? I'm so f***ing hungry. Wilfried Zaha. Oh, that's right. Raheem Sterling. I don't know what Raheem Sterling's been drinking this season, but he has turned into some sort of goal-scoring beast. No longer the frizzy-haired kid who rejects about 4 contracts a week. This is 3 open goals a game and fathers a kid every 2 weeks. I mean, this is just what the tabloids tell me. Sterling has now scored 20 goals this season, double last season's tally for the entire campaign. After Harry Kane, this man is arguably your country's best player. I think Daniel Sturridge might have been onto something when he said he was eventually going to come good. It's just a shame his own hamstrings will be better donated to an orphanage. That doesn't even make sense. I'm delirious. I need food. Harry Kane. Yeah, so the last tournament didn't exactly go to plan for him, did it? Bit of an understatement. That's a bit like saying that I made a judgment call when I did this about 6 months ago. Hello, welcome to HITC Sport, and don't even start about the scarf. I know it's going to be in the comments. 30 videos later, and that's all they mention. 5 years ago, if you put a bet on Harry Kane to be leading the line at the 2018 World Cup, you'd have been laughed out of the bookies. The man might sound like he has 3 weeks of phlegm hacked up in his mouth whenever he speaks. Pray for Jeff Shreves, who probably needs to wipe his face with a damn towel after every interview. But Kane is one of the greatest strikers in world football. He's already scored over 100 goals in the Premier League, and to put it in perspective, he's younger than Harry Styles, who I think we all remember as that puberty-challenged teenager who sings like he has a packed lunch wedged in his throat. Will Kane fire England to glory? Will he be crowned Golden Boot winner? No, he'll miss a last-minute penalty against Panama, and Arsenal Fan TV will call it a 4-season wonder or something. That is until he scores 3 more goals against you next season. Jamie Vardy. Alright, if we're looking for fairy tale stories, if we go back around 6 or 7 years ago, I wouldn't be surprised to find Jamie Vardy smashed off his face on vodka and Skittles on some park bench. Future Premier League winner, everyone. Yes, the man who spent much of his earlier career racing past hungover builders, stinking of the previous night's lock-in, with he himself probably having a diet of beer, Milky Ways and cardboard. I mean, have you seen the size of him? But anyway, enough criticising Vardy's lifestyle. The man has enough money to have me killed. To be fair, I'd be more worried about his lookalike. That man looks like he drowns rabbits in the toilet. I mean, you guys just need to have the Leicester City striker in the team. He's scored 15 goals already this season. His pace will stretch teams. He'd be a terrifying prospect from the bench. And he's also never let his country down. To think England's 2 best strikers were nailed to the Leicester City bench a few years ago with David Nugent leading the line instead. All I'll say about his England career is that I bet Jermaine Defoe wishes he was dead. Marcus Rashford. Yes, I'm only taking 3 strikers. Am I insane? Well, probably, but I think you're in safe hands. Let's be honest, Marcus Rashford needs to move clubs. He's been boxed out by Lukaku, Martial and Sanchez. If I was him, I'd be off. Go to West Ham, even though I'm sure most Man United fans wouldn't even trust David Moyes to mind their houseplants, never mind their most promising homegrown talent. And just like Vardy, Rashford is pace to burn. And yes, his finishing isn't perfect. To be honest, I think his long-term future is away from Old Trafford, but if he can carve out a career in the same mould as Jermaine Defoe, he'll be doing exceptionally well. And it certainly bodes well for a half-decent international career. So there you have it, lads. There is your England squad. No Barkley, no Delph, no Jay Rodriguez, no shit. What do you think, lads? Let me know in the comment section below if you agree with it. And try not to lose to an island of milkmen this time. Although, as always, I will find it exceptionally hilarious. Anyway, lads, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, give it a like, give it a share, and a subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you in a while.